Hey guys, and welcome. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Gillette 7 o'clock SharpEdge safety razor blades. So there's the packaging, you guys can take a look. These are also referred to as the Gillette 7 o'clock yellows because they come in this yellow packaging, obviously. The Gillette 7 o'clock greens, there are actually two different types, so be aware because if you're just buying the Gillette 7 o'clock greens, there are two different subtypes, one that's made in India, one that's made in Russia, and they do have slightly different names. But when it comes to these yellows, the 7 o'clock yellows, this is the only type. So obviously these are manufactured by Gillette, and these come to us from Russia. And thus far in my Gillette 7 o'clock series, I've had better luck with the ones made in Russia, so I'm definitely excited to give these a try, because the other ones made in Russia were actually fantastic blades that gave me a really awesome shave, so I'm hoping these will do the same. So, price on these. You can get a 100 pack. These are a little more pricey, for somewhere around like $19 or $20. It's definitely more pricey. The 7 o'clock series, the other blades were about $13 to $16 for a 100 pack. These definitely sit a little bit more pricey. I'd say these are definitely on the higher end of blade prices, though they do go higher than that. Feathers can be like $30 for a 100 pack. Anyway, these are just a little more pricey. It's really not that big of a deal. Once you've already made the switch to using safety or DE razors from cartridge razors, you're saving so much money if you want to, as long as you're not blowing it on razors, brushes, creams, all that kind of stuff. This is already such a fantastic deal, but nonetheless, these are a little more pricey than their counterparts. Alright, for today's shave, I have a day and a half of facial hair growth here. I just got a shower, facial hair nice, cleaned out, hydrated, ready to go. For today's shaving soap, I'm going to be going with Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements CAD. So Phoenix makes some of the best soaps out there in my opinion, and the CAD scent is amazing. This is one of my favorite scents too. It's a classic barbershop scent, and it is just, it's amazing. Really nice, clean, refreshing scent. It's just awesome. Definitely a very, very classic shaving scent for me. I love this stuff. And also Phoenix has some new packaging. So their stuff isn't coming any longer in those tins, but these nice plastic tubs, which I think is an upgrade. I think they look great. Alright, so this soap was blooming while I was in the shower. I'm going to go ahead and take this bloom water and add it to my face. There we go. Lays a nice foundation of just hydration on your face. When you're building your lather, you're going to have to most likely add in some water anyway, so you might as well use the bloom water because it has a lot of the soap already dissolved in it. I'm going to dry off my hand, dip it here on my alum block, and grab my brush. For today's shaving brush, I'm going with an Omega boar hair brush. This is their 310-20 and an undyed knot. I had this soaking here in a mug of hot tap water while I was in the shower. So I'm going to go ahead and wring it out. You just take it, I do a light twist on my knots and just squeeze. That gets out most of the water. Alright, looking good. I'm going to go ahead and load up. These Phoenix soaps are a little bit softer, so I don't think I need to spend much time loading up. I'd probably overload this. Yeah, I've already got tons of soap in there. Set this down up there on my shelf. Alright, going to go into a face lather. Lots of nice soap on my face. As you can see, hopefully you can tell, it's a little bit pasty on there. So you definitely need to add in water if your lather is looking like this. So I just take my brush, dip it here in the hot tap water in my sink, and just work it into the lather. Beautiful lather. I'm just painting over it here to even it out on my face. Makes shaving a little bit easier, I think, because you can just see the contours of your face better. Made a little bit of mess here on my shirt. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up the packaging and look at these blades. So I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, there's going to be 3 parts of this review. I already went over the first part, just some details about these blades. Then I'll do a full shave with one of these blades, and we'll review after the shave how these performed and kind of how they add up when compared to other blades. Alright, let's go ahead and open up the packaging here. It comes in a nice little cardboard box, 5 blades in there. Just bring one out, there we go. Very nice. I like it when these blades are individually labeled like this. Just kind of cool. I think it looks nice. Go ahead and open this up. And additionally in here they are individually wrapped in another wrapper here, wax paper. It's also a nice touch. You know, the wax paper, if these are being stored for a while, helps keep the moisture off them so that they don't rust. Alright, there we go. And for today's shave, like every other shave in the review series, I am going to be using my Merkur 34C. Go ahead and take this blade, drop it on here and load it up. Very nice. This lined up perfectly immediately in here. It's almost like these Gillette blades were designed around a Merkur head because they just line up fantastically in there. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the shave. First pass is going to be with the grain. These blades are feeling fairly sharp. They're not like feather sharp where you just put the blade on your skin and the razor just drops down because it's so sharp, but these definitely have nice cutting power to them. I'm getting through this hair just fine. First pass feels good. It's definitely a comfortable pass. Have more hair to take down. I actually did a pretty good job feeling back here. For a first pass, took down a lot of hair. Alright, back to the brush, applying my second lather. Alright, second pass, cross grain this direction. These are feeling nice and smooth. I'm not getting any kind of tugging. Especially in these areas on my neck, the hairs kind of grow all different directions. Here it kind of twists around like that. Same with this side. It's got kind of some weird angles there. Just cutting right through that. It's very nice not having tugging in those areas where the hair growth, the grain of the hair growth is so erratic. Very nice. Alright, feeling good. Going back to a brush, applying my third lather. I keep getting lather all over my hands, so I have to keep drying them off and putting on more alum. And I just dropped my razor in the sink. Alright, third pass, cross grain this direction. Alright, very nice. That's definitely a comfortable pass there. You know, it's going nice speed on my skin due to the sharpness of the blades. No weird tugging. I think I get my chin a little bit closer here. I'll clean up my mustache area. Cheeks are feeling pretty good. Neck's feeling pretty good. I'll clean up a little bit here around my Adam's apple. Alright, clean up pass, back to the brush. Clean out the lather here to my left hand. Just spreading it around, feeling with my left, the razor in the right hand. Clean up any areas I just want to get a little bit closer. Alright, that's feeling good. I'm going to go ahead and get cleaned up for some final remarks. Alright, feeling back here. Good. Close shave for sure. So when I'm feeling my skin like this, I'm just kind of feeling around first of all for overall how close the shave was. It's feeling good. Did a nice job here on my chin for sure. Could have got a little bit closer right here on the sides, but I didn't really attack those areas too much. Wasn't going hard on them. Feeling good. Oh, I do have one little bleeder right there. It's really not much, but it's definitely bleeding just a bit. Neck feels good. Definitely close. Say right here, it doesn't feel irritated, it just feels like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like I'm going to get razor burn in this area. You know, you can tell when you're going to get razor burn. It's just kind of like it feels like a burning sensation, like your skin's kind of raw. It doesn't feel raw. It just doesn't like feel the closest and like the best right there. It's really not that big of a deal, but something I can definitely tell here. So my overall impressions of these blades, I think they're pretty sharp. I don't think they're the sharpest blades out there, despite being called SharpEdge. And smoothness, I think smoothness is like decent. So overall where I'd put these blades, thinking about the two categories here, sharpness and smoothness. So sharpness, top of the list there is really feather blades. Then here we're talking Lab Blue, Astra SPs. I think these are pretty much on par with Persona Lab Blues in terms of sharpness. And then when we're talking about smoothness, if like derbies are way up here, super smooth blades. Also, when putting it next to like Persona Lab Blue, I think it sits a little bit below. So in both categories, sharpness and closeness, I think it sits a little bit below the Persona Lab Blues. I'm really using that as a good point of comparison because unless blades are at the top or bottom of the list in either category, I need like a good middle mark. And I'm very comfortable with Lab Blues. Those have been my go-to blades for like 2 or 3 years now, so I really know the performance of those blades, so it's easy for me to make a comparison to those. So these SharpEdges, yeah, this is bleeding a bit right there. Not too big of a deal. I'm just going to take my Allen block, dip it here in the sink, and put it on there. I have a little bit of redness here on my neck on both sides. I don't think it's razor burn, but it's definitely got a bit of redness. Anyway, just a little side note. So anyway, in terms of that, that's why I use Lab Blues. And with this, I think it falls short of Lab Blues in both categories. I don't think it's quite as sharp as them. I don't think they're quite as smooth as them. Overall, this is definitely a really nice shave. You know, I feel good. I'm happy with this. If these are the blades that were available to me, I'd definitely be happy with these. I think if I use them for more blades, I'd be able to use them better and shave with them better and get smoother shaves from them. But overall, you know, I just don't think that these are top performing blades. Especially at the price point when you're talking about these blades, you know, $19, $20 for a 100 pack. And the other ones, the Gillette 7 o'clock, have them right over here. These, the super stainless, the other one that's made in Russia, these are just awesome. You can get a 100 pack for like 13, 14 bucks, something like that. So I think when you're talking about both performance and value, those outcompete these yellow SharpEdges. So anyway, this is my experience with them. Please let me know if you've used these. I really want to hear your guys' feedback. And also if you use these compared to those super stainless, the other 7 o'clocks that are made in Russia. I'm very interested to hear that. So anyway, going forward here, I definitely have more Gillette blades I have to review. Specifically, people have been really asking for the platinum, and I think they're called the silver blues. I have some of those over here, so I'm going to be getting to those next. As always, guys, thank you for watching.